Hey, sorry.
Hey,
Hey,
um,
sorry. My internet died, so I couldn't join back into the call, and I missed what happened at the end. I saw you lost your rook. Let me add DM to the call. Hold on a second.
oh, because I'm talking to him right
Okay,
now.
hang up
I'll
with
go
him.
out of his one.
Yeah,
Okay,
hang up with him.
so we good now?
Hopefully.
I'm hearing.
Uh,
Am I the only one hearing just?
yeah,
I
I
can
heard the
hear
weird stuff
you
too.
well. Yeah, good.
Um, yeah, I can't really hear him, unfortunately.
Rook E1. Should have played E1 all the way. I'm not sure where. Well,
No,
I
it's
guess we'll
not
go
my
through the
internet. I
game
think it's
now.
yours, DM.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, because
I
I'm
had
not
this
lagging.
earlier today with Marius as well, so it might be Skype having problems.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, let me. All right, I'll stay on with you, I guess, because
Yeah.
our connection's fine, and then he can talk to us in the chat, I guess. Let me analyze the game. I'll invite both of you guys. Oh man,
Yep.
you guys, what are you doing? Okay.
Oh, was it that bad?
I mean,
Well, of
you
course, it
missed a
was
win on
me.
move 12.
Oh,
You could have
exactly.
just taken on c4 instead of playing bc6. Well, I'll show you, but okay, let me invite you. Hold on a second. Okay.
I didn't win. Yeah, I should have won. Probably, well, of course, I should have won. I just really, yeah.
Okay, now let me invite DM.
I was walking between rooms trying to get an internet connection. It was massive. It was actually right as he started to threaten mate. So I, yeah.
Okay, let me invite him. Hold on a second. Okay.
It turns out it was going all the time.
Invite. Okay, I invited you too, Alex. Did you get the invite?
Um, Probably did. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Okay. So let's go through the game. Okay, so this is all standard dragon. Okay, so bishop c4 on this move is a little odd. Usually, what they like to do is play f3, then bishop e3, and then queen d2, and only develop this bishop much later, because oftentimes in the dragon, white will actually castle queenside and not develop this bishop for a while. Okay, but bishop c4, okay. Bishop g7, okay, so he decides to castle, which again is a little strange because usually white at least keeps the option open to castle queenside, but I mean, this is also perfectly playable. Okay, knight c6, so here in this position, bishop e3 is fine. Okay, but here, after castle, okay. So in this position, white has to play this move. Bishop to b3. And the reason is because after queen d2, now, Alex, you missed this chance to play this move, knight takes e4. So, knight takes e4, knight takes, and d5, and you get your piece back.
Oh, yeah.
So that would have been good. But okay, what you played is okay. Stupid chess.com. Oh. Okay, you play knight g4. Okay, so what he should do here is he should take on c6, take on
Yeah.
c6, and play bishop d4. And okay, I mean, it's equal. So if you have to play e5, then your bishop is bad. So you probably take or something. Take, and this is just equal. You know, you can play like queen b6, take or
Lay
something.
down.
Take, yeah, and you know, you're fine probably. Okay, but let's see what happened in the game because what happened was even worse. Okay, so rook fe1, and now,
Um, Something happened, so I can't hear you now. I have no idea if you lost your connection or well, it seems I'm having good connection here. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so rook e1 is bad. So again, he has to take on c6, like I showed you. Okay, so knight takes e3 was strong. Okay, so now he's unfortunately forced to take here because what he ended up doing loses by force. So yeah, so he has to defend this knight somehow. So he has to double his pawns, and then after this move, I think you should just play a move like this and just put your knight on the strong square, and then these pawns are kind of weak. Okay, but he played knight c6, and unfortunately this loses because you can just take here.
Oh.
And then he takes your queen, you take his queen. His knight's trapped, your knight's not.
Yeah.
So you just win everything. So yeah, you should be winning a piece here at least, if not two. And he actually noticed it during the game, but he said in his comments, he said, I'm just gonna play this and hope he doesn't notice. And then everyone in the chat was like, oh, that's a terrible thing to say. And then of course you didn't notice, and then we're like, oh, well, it's justified. Yeah, so in this position, DM, you have to just take on e3. You weren't lost here, you're just worse. But nothing tragic. But after knight takes c6, it is tragic. Because if Alex takes on c4, you can just resign. But okay, he took on c6, and instead, you're actually just slightly worse as white. So Alex, you're still better, of course, because 2 bishops, 2 center pawns, open b file. But again, winning a piece would have been better. Okay, so there's a couple things you could do here. You can actually like try to play e6 here to try to get in d5 as quickly as possible. But also targeting this pawn on b2 was not a bad idea. So you played bishop d7. I'm not sure why actually you played bishop d7. Maybe even like bishop e6 makes more sense. Just because take, and okay, you give it the 2 bishops, but you have this open f file for your rook, and your bishop is like a monster. So, okay, a couple of ideas.
Yeah, I thought just like slowly and steadily.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, because he has. I mean, yeah, your advantage isn't going anywhere, I guess. Okay, so he played rook b1. I probably, if I were him, I probably would have tried to do something like, probably like rook. Oh man, I don't even know actually. Maybe f4 here, just like to try to play e5 and try to get this guy out of the game. But okay, rook b1, a5. I'm not sure about a5. I mean, can you? I thought I was looking. Maybe can you just do this? Because then the point is, if he takes on a7, if you take on a7, take on b2, take, and then take, and you're forking these guys.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's something to think about. Okay, I mean a5 is fine though. Also, I thought maybe you could play queen a5 here.
Yeah, that was my thought as well.
Because now your queen has this whole 5th rank to operate on. You're also targeting this a pawn, so b3 just like hangs material. I mean, also you're targeting this again, so b3 just hangs material. And now you're getting ready to play like rook fb8. So I think queen a5 would have been good as well. And because it also defends this a pawn. But okay, so you played rook b8. He played, oh no, sorry. He played, he played a5. So you played a5, he played, knight e2. He played rook b8, attacking the pawn, he played c3. Okay, he probably should have played b3 here. Because now c3, the problem is this becomes a permanent target. Okay, at least on b3, he can maybe try to play like bishop d3, c4, and try to target this square. But by playing c3 now, he gives you a well-defined target that I think you should have taken immediate advantage of with a4. Because now you make b3 less attractive, because now you can take, and then when he takes, now you can like use the a file to penetrate down. But if you can let him, if he gets b3 and before you get a4, then on a4 he can just take, and then I think he can actually hold on to this pawn. So, okay, you play rook b6. He played rook d1. Again, I'd probably play b3 if I were him. Or at the very least, maybe bishop b3 with the idea of like knight d4, bishop a4, try to hit this guy maybe. Okay, but he played rook d1. He played queen b8, which was good. He played queen d2, which I'm not sure about either. Again, maybe just b3 here, just to kind of shore up stuff. Although now you can play a4 because his rook is pinned. Okay. So queen d2, a4, good. a3. Okay, so a3 was probably not good. He can maybe try b4 here. Or b3
Yeah, I was thinking
again.
about that as well.
Yeah, and then you take en passant, and then you probably use the a file then. And then notice that this c3 is always going to be weak. Okay, but a3 is a big concession because now there's all these pins and stuff on this b file. So you play queen b7, getting ready to triple, which was good. Play knight g3. Played rook b8, which was good. He played queen f4, threatening this. Okay, so now I thought you could actually play this move, bishop e8. It's a little more.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well, actually.
It's a little more passive, but I don't really see what he does here. Like, what move does he make after bishop e8? Like, how does he defend this on b2? I have no idea. I mean, the problem is he can't play rook d2 because of what happened in the game. He can just take on c3. So I don't actually know what he does here. And this seems like...
I kind of like the idea of opening the f file as well.
Yeah, but it caused you problems, right? Because he got that h4, h5, and this pawn became a huge problem. So by just not incurring any weaknesses, I think you could have made your task a bit simpler. Even if bishop e6 isn't necessarily bad. Okay, so bishop e6, you took, and then queen g4. And now all of a sudden, like, you know, it's a little nervous because he can do this kind of stuff. So here... Okay, here I actually thought you were going to play this move. I thought you were actually going to play here. I mean...
I was thinking it.
Well, what does he do? Okay, if he checks, you just play bishop f6.
Yeah.
Right? And now you're just going to win this pawn again.
And I pinned my pawn to the queen, and I didn't defend the queen, so it was like, yeah, that was
exactly. So if anything, in this position, maybe queen c8 here, just so you can play e5 next, maybe if you want to, or at some point. But
yeah.
Okay, so queen g4. So yeah, if king f7. Queen f4, bishop f6, e5. Okay, well, I mean, I can just take, I think. Although, maybe that's not so good, actually. Okay, well, maybe that's not so good. But maybe actually... Okay, well, I guess this is all fine. Yeah, but I think bishop e8 would have probably been simpler. Okay, but anyway. So, queen d7. Okay, so rook d2. Okay, so yeah, he probably should have started with h4 immediately because rook d2 kind of wasted a whole tempo. I think he forgot about bishop takes c3. Okay, so he took on c3, good. Okay, so now I don't understand, what did you do here? You took on b2, okay, good. Okay, now why not just
This is where I started disconnecting, and I disconnected from everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
Walking around, and I had 2 minutes left, and I was just, yeah.
Okay, so why not take here?
I was actually thinking I had 2 pawns, and it would be enough. As long as I can defend and trade something, I will win. That was my thought.
Yeah, but 3 pawns are better, and now you got this guy running.
I know. Yeah.
So, and also you're threatening rook takes rook, so he has to do something. So he probably plays like rook d1.
Of course.
And now... I mean, and now maybe just like rook f8. And then he goes h5, maybe just queen e8. And then, okay, you sack this pawn, but now queen f7 forces a trade of queens. And then you just win. So I think it's more important to keep this pawn than it is to keep this pawn.
Yeah.
So, okay, queen e6, queen f7. I don't know what he does. I mean, if he doesn't trade queens, you're going to play bishop c5, and now he has big problems on the f2. And I think you're just completely winning here. So I think you were too concerned about the the e6 pawn. But I think after h5, you just play queen e8 and play queen f7. I don't see what he does because you're up so many pawns. But okay, even in the game, you could have done that because bishop g7 instead. Rook d1, rook b7. Okay, I'm not sure about rook b7 because again, I think you can just sacrifice this pawn and play queen e8, queen f7. So I might have played rook b3 here just to win this pawn. Or even rook b5 to control this 5th rank. But rook b7 seemed way too passive. I mean, even rook b1 to trade rooks seems like a better try. But okay, rook b7 and then e5. Okay, so you play d5 and then h5. Okay, so here again, I would just play queen e8. And okay, now you're losing this pawn too, but I think you're still better.
And that's essentially what I was trying to do. I just figured I'd get one rook off first.
Yeah, right. But the problem is you played this whole queen c8 e8 thing, and by then it was too late. So take.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now you play queen 8. And now it's like, well, he actually has real stuff now because gh7, king h7. Okay, I definitely wouldn't have done that. So here, I think you have to go here and try to keep stuff blocked. Okay, and then if he goes knight h5, maybe you can go. Maybe you can go queen f7 and then try to go. I don't know. This is rough. Maybe taking is fine. I don't know. Already here, it's looking really ugly compared to how it was a few moves ago. Okay, so he played queen e6, and now you played rook b1. Okay, so here.
This is just.
Okay, here it's fine. Here rook b1 is fine, but the problem is you missed this move.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now your rook's defended.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
I know. Yeah,
so
queen.
I was just way out. So everything.
Yeah, I mean you were short on time, and queen's moving backwards is a tricky thing to see. But yeah, king h8 now you. But yeah, but the thing is, you shouldn't have allowed this whole thing to happen. Again, like if you just realized that him taking e6 wasn't the end of the world, and just reposition your queen to f7, I think things would have worked out better for you. But also, if you just played bishop e8 to begin with, I think it also would have been much simpler. Because I don't really see what he does after bishop e8. I think you just win all his pawns. So, but yeah, next time knight takes e4. That fork trick is important in the dragon. If white plays an inaccurate move order, and then knight takes c4, just winning a piece should have been a. It's a typical dragon idea. So.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I mean, you played well. I mean, you outplayed him in the opening, but then. Middle game was
yeah.
even-ish, and then at the end, the time kind of caught up to you. So,
yep.
All right. So thanks for being on, and thanks to DM2. Sorry about the Skype not working at the end. I think my internet cutting out kind of messed everything up. So thank you, and I'll probably end the stream right after this. So I'll upload both these to YouTube. This one will be kind of tough because I'll probably have to separate into 2 parts, but. Thanks for being on, and sorry that you lost.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys.